Welcome to the Workplace Diaries.
Thanks for having me.
So today we're looking at, a fascinating stack of psychological research.
Yeah, it's a really interesting one.
Right, and our mission here is to basically flip your understanding of a trait that, we all think we know perfectly well, which is patience.
Exactly. And we're starting with that famous Stanford marshmallow experiment. I mean, you probably know the one.
Yeah, you put a kid in a room with a marshmallow.
Right, and you tell them if they wait 15 minutes, they get a second one.
The classic test of willpower, basically.
Exactly. For decades, it was held up as this, ultimate predictor of success in life.
Yeah, the general consensus was, if a 5-year-old can delay gratification, then they're just destined for greatness.
Right, but there's a 2012 follow-up study from the University of Rochester that completely upends that entire narrative.
Which is wild to think about because it suggests the original experiment wasn't actually measuring self-control much at all.
Not much at all, no. The Rochester researchers realized something crucial was missing from the original setup, which was context.
Context, right.
Yeah. So before they even brought out the marshmallows, they introduced this hidden variable. They basically split the children into two groups and gave them an art project to start.
Okay.
But they only provided a few, really used broken crayons.
Oh, wow.
Right. And then the adult in the room promised to go grab a much bigger, better set of art supplies.
Wait, hold on. So they basically set these kids up with bad crayons just to see what they would do.
Sort of, yeah.
I mean, how does tricking them with art supplies tell us anything about willpower with the marshmallows? Wouldn't that just make the kids frustrated?
Well, that frustration was actually the entire point. It was essentially a test of reliability.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so for the first group of kids, the adult came back a few minutes later with the promised high-quality art supplies.
So they established themselves as a reliable presence.
Exactly. But for the second group, the adult came back completely empty-handed, gave a quick apology, and just left the kids with the broken crayons.
Oh, man. That's rough.
I know. And only after establishing that dynamic did they actually move on to the marshmallow test.
So they were conditioning the kids to either trust the adult or, expect disappointment.
Exactly.
It's kind of like when you're waiting at a restaurant for a friend.
Oh, that's a perfect analogy.
Right. Like if this friend has a long track record of flaking or showing up, 45 minutes late, you aren't going to just sit there starving.
No, of course not.
You just order your food immediately. But if they're always perfectly on time, you're more than happy to wait it out.
Yeah, that restaurant scenario captures the underlying mechanism so perfectly because your brain is basically calculating risk based on past evidence.
Right.
And we saw that exact same calculation in these 5-year-olds. The children who had a reliable adult, the ones who learned this person, actually keeps their word.
Yeah, how long do they wait?
They waited an average of 12 minutes for the second marshmallow.
Wow. And the kids who got stiffed on the crayons.
They gave up after an average of just 3 minutes.
3 minutes versus 12. That is a massive gap.
Huge gap.
But it makes me wonder, how much cognitive processing is a 5-year-old actually doing in that moment?
What do you mean?
Are they consciously thinking, this adult is a liar, I'm eating the marshmallow right now?
Oh, right. No, it's less of a conscious logical deduction and more of a deeply ingrained survival calculation.
Okay, so it's instinctual.
Yeah. Neurologically, when we are in an unpredictable environment where promises are broken, the brain just stops valuing long-term rewards.
Because the probability of actually getting them drops to near zero.
Exactly.
Okay.
So grabbing the immediate calories, or in this case, the single marshmallow,
Right.
isn't a failure of willpower.
Right.
In an unreliable environment, impulsivity is actually the most rational choice.
Man, that reframes things completely. I mean, it basically means that what we label as patience might not be a standalone personality trait at all.
No, it really isn't.
It's really just a downstream effect of trust.
Exactly. Which really forces us to look differently at human behavior across the board. We judge people for lacking discipline when they rush for immediate gratification.
Right, we totally do.
But this research indicates their behavior is highly dependent on the track record of the people and the environment around them. I mean, why would you wait for a payoff if experience tells you it's basically a mirage?
Yeah, and applying that to adults, it just becomes so clear why the little things matter so much.
Absolutely.
You realize that broken promises, even really tiny, seemingly unimportant ones, telling a colleague you'll send an email by noon and then just forgetting,
Yes, exactly that.
they're quietly eroding their willingness to cooperate with you later. Like, if you let someone down once, even if you meant well, they just subconsciously stop trusting the plan.
It really emphasizes that genuine reliability isn't built on these massive sweeping gestures.
Right. It's not the big stuff.
No, you don't secure trust by making one grand promise a year.
Yeah.
It's constructed through a steady, almost boring pattern of small, kept commitments over time.
Yeah.
It's the establishment of what we might call quiet credibility.
Quiet credibility. I like that. So trust is built far less through the actual promises you make and much more through the quiet credibility of your follow-through.
Perfectly said.
Which I think leaves you, the listener, with something really interesting to chew on.
Definitely.
We've talked a lot about how we judge other people's impatience, but consider your own internal world.
Right.
If patience is essentially just a reflection of trust, what does it mean when you lose patience with yourself? Like when you give up on a new habit or a personal goal after a few days, maybe you aren't lacking discipline.
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe you just haven't kept enough small promises to yourself yet to actually trust that the long-term reward is coming.